finest bread I will provide, till their hearts be satisfied. I will give my life to them. Whom shall I send?
Well, I have 3 mentors. I have 2 that are a couple, they're married, and then I have one that's younger than me. And the way I looked at it is the one that's younger than me, she's in college. And, you know, that's something that I struggle with because I'm a really procrastinator. And, you know, she encourages me in that area, you know, towards the beginning of our relationship when we first started seeing each other. You know, that's how I got more involved in wanting to do my GED and just persuade, you know, into doing that kind of area. And then the other 2, one of the husband, he's kind of like me. He's kind of like, so we relate in those kind of areas. You know, he procrastinates and he's been through a lot of my background. And so I can talk with him more in that area. And the wife, she's more like my mother hen. She's real protective. And they just, you know, anytime, I'm rather close to the couple because they have more time on their hands. And it's like anytime I could call them and they're there. And, you know, I could just, you know, they just encourage me, you know, Trish, you could do this, because I get discouraged a lot. How I continue to stay clean and sober, because when it first started, when I made a decision that I was not going to go back to that lifestyle, you know, a whole ordeal went through. I went to prison. I had just lost my grandmother. And when I was sitting in RDC at the time, I just found myself alone. I was scared. And I thought about all the terrible things that I did to my grandmother. And it still hurts me to talk about. But that's what helped me. Because just looking at the ugly person I was at the time, it was not me. And I just felt like I need to do something different. I need to change my life. And I made a decision sitting in that RDC. That I was going to change my life no matter what it was going to take. No matter how hard it was, I was not going to go back to drugs. I was not going to go back to drinking. I was not going to go back to prostituting. I wasn't going to go back to none of that. And I just felt like I was better than that, and I could be better than that, and I deserved better. And that's when I found out about a program that they had there. I started getting involved, finding out information about it, and I pretty much set in my mind and my heart that that's what I was going to do, and the whole time I was there, that's what I did.
Well, while I was sitting in this cell, you know, by myself for them 23 hours out of a day, I had a lot of time to think, and it gave me the opportunity to really reflect on my life. And one of my first options was to get help from the chaplain where I was incarcerated. And I asked to speak to her. She came in and she talked to me. And I knew that I couldn't do it alone. There's just no way that I could do it alone. I needed support, I needed help, I needed guidance. And I started looking into the Thresholds mentoring program. And I realized that in order for me to make it, in order for me to succeed and build a whole different lifestyle for myself, that I needed to build a network. I needed a support team to help me in the process.